Find work you enjoy and enjoy your work. Lawyers have substantially higher rates of depression than other professions. Now, I want to tell you, I told you about my classmates in law school. You lawyers in town, you lawyers in this courtroom, look around, because 3/4 of you are not going to be married to the same spouses you're married to now in 40 years. I guarantee you the lawyers in this room will say that that's true. 3/4 of the, I'm estimating on my own experience, 3/4 of the lawyers that I went to in law school, my wife of 42 years is present in here, we're not one of those. 3/4 of the lawyers don't have the same spouses, okay? That's because our profession is so demanding. That's because the opportunities of transgression are so predominant. That's because, when I was board certified in family law, I used to go and speak at family law associations, and I guarantee you, all those leading lawyers, those family lawyers had 3 or 4 marriages, all of them. And I think it's because of the association with family law and clients and all that. I don't know what it is. It's endemic. Substance abuse, sitting on the bench, 10 years. I can't tell you how many lawyers would come to the courtroom with alcohol on their breath. Lawyers coming to the courtroom with alcohol on their breath. I'd bring them back to the back, and they'd miss a setting or something, and I'd bring them back, I'd just talk to them and say, you know, you got a problem, we need to work it out. Oh, Judge, I'll work it out. And you might hear they were going to AA or something, or another lawyer would tell you that they're doing something, but invariably they were not. Invariably they'd come back. I even took out of a hospital in Athens, Texas, a great friend of mine when I was on the bench, because his family called me and said, Jim, you're the only one we can get him to go to rehab. A great lawyer who subsequently died as a result of alcoholism. I literally got him out of his bed because they had drained all the alcohol out of him by putting IVs in him, just flushed his whole system out. Taking him, I don't know how long it takes to do that, I'm not a doctor. He was so weak he couldn't put his pants on. I literally had to help him put his pants on. I put him in my car, I drove him to Austin, I put him in a rehab situation, and he was gone within 2 days, 3 days. Alcohol will destroy your lives. Alcohol for lawyers is something you've really got to watch. It may be substance abuse. When I was going in law school, it was marijuana. There was a life sentence for marijuana when I was in law school. I mean, it was unbelievable. The professor would sit down and say, whatever you guys do, you got to understand, if you take a drag, some of that smoke, you've gone down. You've lost your license. Now it's methamphetamine, it's cocaine, and it's alcohol. Alcohol is the worst thing that's happened to the law profession. For some reason, we'll end up hugging that bottle more than we will our wives, our friends, or our significant other. That lawyer I told you about, he died. He literally died. And one of the, I might get emotional here. My wife and I were at Love Field. And he came up to me and hugged me. He said, you don't know where I'm going? I said, no. He said, I'm going to see my daughter. He says, but for you, I wouldn't be able to do that. Now, he couldn't hang in there, and he died. So whatever you do, grab a hold of it. Find work you enjoy, and enjoy the work you find. Lawyers seek to maximize income and not happiness. Do not drop a dream for a paycheck. If you come with a dream to be a trial lawyer, then by damn you ought to be a trial lawyer. If you come with a dream to represent the poor, you ought to represent the poor. I don't care who's offering you money. Don't lose your dream. Whatever your dream is, whatever drove you to be here, whatever sustenance you have within your soul to make you here a student at this school, you keep it. So if you came here with a dream, then you keep it. The next thing, as I said before, is find a mentor. Find an older lawyer. Find somebody that's been through it. And if you want to go somewhere, remember what Machiavelli said. It says, a wise man should ever follow the ways of great men. He should do as a skillful archer who, seeing that the object he desires to hit is too distant, aims higher than the desired mark. Find work you enjoy. Enjoy your work. Law firms are not all drudgery. Law firms, like people, have personality. The money may be good, but the personality's wrong. It's just like marriage. The money may be good, but the personalities are wrong. So before you get a job, you make sure that it's the right one. If you're going to be a lawyer, be an expert in at least one area of the law. If you're going to be a lawyer, be an expert at least in one area of the law. You need to be a lawyer to whom other lawyers come to, whether you're board certified or not, to ask a question about one area of the law. So if you're going to be a lawyer, you need to be an expert in one other law. Don't allow yourself to be stagnant. Now, when I moved to Palestine, Texas in 1969, the doctors were still collecting rainwater, literally, to store some of their medicines because they believed that that water was sterile. You can allow yourselves to become sterile in the legal profession and stagnant in the legal profession. You've got to constantly challenge yourself, and a law license is a beginning, not an ending. So once you find a job, enjoy it, remember to enjoy it. Be active in bar activities. When the lawyers are sworn in this courtroom, those of you that are third-year students, and if you go to Austin and be sworn in, which is the way to do it, at the conclusion of the meeting, after it's all over, and you know you're a lawyer, there's a booth outside that's run by the young lawyers of Texas. The first thing you do is join it because it's free as a first-year law student. You need to go join the young lawyers in Texas and be active in the young lawyers in Texas. And then you'll understand the issue of collegiality, and then you'll understand that good lawyers make great friends.